couldn't let you go through with a marriage that we both know you don't really want. You did not just say that. Tell me she didn't just say that.
Enough with the theatrics, please. What is this all about?
I just said what this is all about, Ranch. It's about my love for Carter.
Well, what about your marriage to my father? Is that anything, or...?
I mean, why is Paris so shocked that Quinn feels that Carter doesn't want this marriage? At some level, she has to know that, because the reason why he did this is because she started harassing him about having feelings for Carter. So I can't believe she's standing up there all indignant. She did not just say that. And why is Carter suddenly Liam standing there, unable to speak, with a constipated look on his face? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another bold and a beautiful review. We got a little bit of everything today. We got the conclusion of this wedding drama with Paris being utterly embarrassed. We got a sighting of Sheila and Finn. We got some Taylor and Thomas talking, and a little bit of Katie and Donna. Let's get into it.
Who knows? I don't care what anyone has to say. I love you. I want to make my life with you. Don't listen to her, Carter. She's trying to stop you from moving on to your future, trying to stop you from moving on in general. You move on with me and not her.
So Quinn basically gave her own set of wedding vows to Carter while he stood there with a confused look on his face, and Paris tried to convince him to still marry her. As you saw in the other clip, Ridge did stand up for his father and wanted to know what was going on. She let everybody know that he wants to be with Donna. Carter is still standing there, I guess, trying to figure out how he's going to leave Paris at the altar. Throughout this whole thing, he pretty much said nothing. It was the two women talking. But the funniest thing to me was the reaction shots from all the guests.
Well, maybe we should give you some privacy so you can talk.
No, there's nothing to talk about. Charlie was just about to pronounce us man and wife, and we will not let Quinn get in the way of our special day. Will we, Carter? Carter, I love you. More than I ever thought it was possible to love any man on this planet.
I don't understand why they're having Paris play so naive. Like, she didn't just tell Carter a couple of weeks ago that she knew he had feelings for Quinn still. And some people are saying this is a full circle moment for Paris because of how she interrupted Quinn's vow renewal with Eric. And Ridge did try to get everybody to clear out of there so they can have some privacy, but Paris said no. And I really think she's going to regret that, because the way Carter embarrassed her is shameful.
Please, let's make this happen.
So at this point, I think it's clear to everyone except for Paris that he's going to choose Quinn. So I'm like, okay, maybe he's going to pull her to the side, have a nice little conversation with her. We'll get some beautiful lines. He lets her down easy, blah, blah, blah. But no, that is not what happens at all. So he just doesn't say a word, just leaves her standing there after giving her a little sorry kiss on the hand, and then runs into Quinn's arms, picks her up, spins her around, passionately kisses her in front of everyone at Paris's wedding. Now, come on, y'all. I know a lot of people do not like Paris, but no one deserves this. This was insane. How could he do this to her? Like, there was absolutely a better way to do this. Drop down in the comments and let me know your thoughts. Do you feel like Paris deserved that? Were you clutching your pearls like Hope in the background there? Or do you feel like, hey, she put herself out there, so be it. It's karma for her. Let me know your thoughts. I was so shocked when I saw that preview last night. I had to show my mother. I was like, did you see this? Did you see how he did her? And she was like, that's the same thing that happened to her sister. I forgot about the storyline where Thomas left Zoe at the altar, where Hope played that. Hope and Zoe worked together to trick Thomas into revealing himself. But I was like, yeah, the writers do recycle storylines. I forgot about that. Yes, but it wasn't as bad as this was, I feel like. What are your thoughts? Do you think that the way Carter did Paris was worse, or the Thomas and Zoe situation was worse? And do you think Grace is going to have something to say to Carter on Monday? Because I'm sure she is itching to let him have it. So we also got some shots of Sheila caring for Finn. She did flash back to the car crash with Lee. She said, why did you have to lie to me? I didn't want to hurt you. Sheila's same pattern of saying, if only you wouldn't have done this to me, I wouldn't have had to kill you. So on and on with that. I think we're going to get more into this storyline with Sheila and Finn next week. There's some juicy spoilers. Look out for my video on that. But that was the gist of it with the two of them today. Thomas is now staying with Taylor at Steffy's. Since Sheila's on the loose, they're worried about her being protected. Taylor was beating herself up a little bit, saying that if she wouldn't have been so kumbaya with Sheila, maybe none of this would have happened. Thomas tells her not to blame herself. Then the conversation switches to Ridge. Thomas wants her to still go after Ridge. She calls him Parent Trap. He goes on and on about how Ridge would be better off with Taylor than Brooke. Taylor shuts it down a little bit and says that, hey, if he can't see that on his own, then he's just crazy. We also have a sit down with Donna and Katie. These scenes were at Brooke's house. I guess these were filmed during the time when Brooke was out right after she broke her ankle, because they keep having these scenes at Brooke's house, but she is not there. But Donna does tell Katie about her and Eric, and she says that their little affair wasn't sorted. Sort of was, Donna, but we'll let you slide on that. It sort of was. And she explains to Katie that Quinn is still in love with Carter, and Eric encouraged her to stop the wedding, and that she feels like that her future is with Eric. We also do learn that Ridge has put security in place for both of his women, for Taylor and for Brooke. So now, after seeing how Ridge reacted to Carter stringing Paris along, knowing that he loves Quinn, I wonder if he's going to reflect on this, and this is what leads him to finally make a decision, because seeing someone else does it, he realized he's doing the same things. Let me know your thoughts on that. As always, thank you so much for watching and sharing your take in the comments. I do love reading your comments. I try to respond as much as possible. Please take a moment to like the video, share, and subscribe. Have a happy and safe holiday weekend, and I'll catch you on the next one.